Hello, I'm Bali, and I'm gonna tell you a short story. So, me and my friend, I think it was around June, at the beginning of summertime, yeah, joined a server where if you die, you get banned for 24 hours. So, we had to be careful about what we did, and we joined that server. It was, I think, a 1.20, it was a new version of the game. It wasn't Minecraft beta, so we joined that server, and I'm a player that doesn't tend to play on servers. I like to, oh my god. I tend to play on single player mostly, or, on servers that are older than 1.7.10. So, I shoveled all the snow, so I gotta go that way. So we joined that server, and we instantly go near the spawn, and we start building a giant city. By we, I mean I started building a giant city. My friend, on the other hand, got all the resources because I'm a lazy bum that tends to build only, so he got all the resources, and he also got me a full diamond set with all the enchantments you can get, and a bunch of totems and a bunch of cool stuff. What did I offer? I built the city. So yeah, we did that, and a bunch of players would pass by and they would put signs like, wow, that's a cool city you got here. Most people hide, on servers like that. They don't tend to assert their dominance like we did. So a bunch of people were passing by, a bunch of tourists enjoying the view. I had a couple of slums. I had different parts of the city were slums and the rich area, and we had variety. I got space. Okay, we had a huge variety of stuff. And 3 months ago, I joined the server on my own because my friend was offline. I think that's what I thought at the time. So I checked the player list and I see that there are 10 people, approximately that, or maybe even more. I don't know. The town hall was the last build that I needed to do for the city to be finished, and so I started. Until I saw a name approaching me from the forest, and I stopped what I was doing, and I thought, okay, I got a diamond sword, I got 8 totems, I got a bunch of armor. I'm not gonna die, and I also had golden apples, of course. So I stare into the distance, and I see this guy that I've never seen before. His name was X dash something. I don't really remember. And he approaches me and stops. I think it was about 10 blocks or something, and I was at the top. There was a building about maybe 5 blocks higher than my inn, and I was at the top building the roof, and I was staring at the guy. I was like, okay, what the fuck? Who's this guy? And because I'm a sort of a prankster when it comes to my relationship with Simon, I tend to make, I build a house, and what I do is I take out the planks here, and I just go, like, dig 20 blocks down, and sometimes you don't really pay attention, just whoop, and you fall down, and that's what I do. And back in the day, I would change my name a bunch of times, but I think it's harder now. It takes a month to go back to your previous name, so I don't know. I thought that guy was Simon anyways, and so what I asked him is, Simon, question mark? And he says, yeah. So I'm like, okay, that's Simon, I got him. Okay, he's my friend. I don't need to check anything. It's Simon. So I continue to build the town hall, and at some point I ran out of materials because, of course, I didn't get any more. I just begged Simon whenever I wanted to give me more materials, and he did. Oh, I'll have to go back in a bit. So what he does is he says, yeah, sure, I'm going to give you some. And I'm like, okay, I need wood. And he takes out this box. What do you call it? It starts from an S. This thing that looks like a chest, but you can keep it in your pocket, and it has whatever, it starts with an S, that thing, he takes it out. He gives me all the materials I need, and I keep on building. So now I'm 100% sure this is Simon. And yeah, I continue on building. I keep on building, and I finish the build. I ask him, so what do you think, Simon? He's like, oh, it's pretty good. That's nice. He tells me, do you have any other builds that are like that? I'm like, yeah, I did build some houses around the city. Let's go. And he's like, okay. And he follows me around. Now, that character, what was unique about him, the player model he had was, what the okay, you know what, I'm gonna go to bed, I'm just gonna go to bed for now, and I'm gonna continue with the story. Oh, go back, there we go. I don't want to deal with no skeletons. I was starting to doubt that was Simon, but there was no evidence to point otherwise, because whenever I said, like, Simon, I want this, Simon, I want that, he would respond positively, and so I'm like, okay, there's no way there's this one guy whose name is Simon, he just does what Simon would do. He responded the same way, generic, I'll give you the materials. Why would this random guy give me the materials? Like, why would you do that? Why would you give me stuff? So me and Simon are sitting in this coastal area of the town, and we're just staring into the distance. And at that moment, a player joins the server, and that player was my friend, Simon. And he logs out instantly, and then I realized he's in the military. He doesn't really have a lot of time, so he does that. He just enters the server and just goes out. Sometimes maybe he just looked at the player list and didn't see me. But anyways, I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, who is this guy? He's not Simon, but okay, he might be some guy whose name is Simon. But that's not what I thought at the time. I just got creeped out and I just logged out. I promised him to show him around the city, but you know what? I didn't give a shit at that point. I just booked it. I logged out and I didn't go to that server. I didn't go to that server again. So that was the story. It was more. I don't know. I'm not a really good storyteller, but that is what happened. And yeah.